And welcome. I'm Janet Powell. I'm a parenting coach and trainer. So I'm here today with the parent training group, and we've got a stand over in row B. We help parents by teaching them skills for enjoying their families more with less stress and greater confidence. So today I'm going to be talking about creating cooperative children. I guess everybody wants to have cooperative children. Wouldn't it be great if the children did as they were asked, without a whole lot of fuss, without you having to nag, without any yelling, if they would just cooperate? That would make parenting a whole lot easier. So today what I want to do for you is to show you that it's not impossible, and there are 3 key skills for learning how to encourage your children to be cooperative. So I'm going to give you an overview of those important skills today. And hopefully when you take those home and start using them in your family, you'll find that there'll be less stress. You'll have a little more clarity around your parenting, and as your children become more cooperative, you'll find that your family becomes calmer and happier. So, what are those 3 key skills? Number 1, how to listen to your children so they'll talk to you. Number 2 is how to talk to your children so they'll listen. And number 3 is how to solve problems with your children in a collaborative way so that everybody's happy. So by using these 3 crucial skills, you'll encourage your children to become more cooperative. So the first of these important skills is effective listening. And I want to start off with a little demonstration. Bedtime with a 3-year-old. So who's ever had a problem with bedtime? Yep, I remember those days. And of course, I'm a grandmother now, so I'm living out all these parenting issues with my children and their children. So bedtime can be a real issue. And this particular 3-year-old says, "But Mummy, I don't want to go to bed now." And Mum could simply say, "Oh, for goodness sake, go to bed. It's past your bedtime." End of story. Or Mum could listen to the child and try and work out what really is going on for this little 3-year-old. Why is he not happy to go to bed? Okay, so let me do a little role play, a little demonstration of a great listening skill. So we'll call him Tommy. Tommy says, "Mummy, I don't want to go to bed now." And Mum says, "Oh, there's something about bedtime that's bothering you." "Yes, Mum, I'm not tired." Mum says, "Sounds like you're not ready to go to sleep yet." And Tommy says, "No, I just want some more time with you, Mummy." Mum replies with, "You'd like to spend a bit more time with me." "Yes, Mummy, I don't get enough cuddles anymore," with a very sad face. So Mum says, "Oh, you're really sad. You're missing your mummy cuddles." Yes. How would Mum have known that that little boy is sad about not getting enough cuddles with his mummy if Mum hadn't listened to him? Listening diffuses strong emotions. And in this case, it could be that little Tom has just started going to childcare. Maybe Mum's gone back to work. Maybe there's a new baby in the family. So whatever the reason for his sadness, Mum needs to know so that she can work with that and solve the problem. So the benefits of listening carefully to your children are that you understand what they're thinking and feeling and needing. You're showing great respect and love to your child. You're signalling acceptance of the child and his or her feelings, and that will in turn boost the child's self-esteem. And of course, you're role modelling great listening so that one day he'll be as good a listener as you are. And finally, if you find that your expectations are a little unrealistic, having heard what his problem is, you can change those expectations and the problem can go away. So your family relationships are going to feel more nurtured and enhanced by this effective listening skill. This is a particular skill that we teach in the Parent Effectiveness Training course. It's called active listening, and it was what I was doing in that little role play. So basically, it's giving your full attention to the other person, the child or the adult, using open body language, feeding back to that person what you think they're feeling and needing at this time, and acknowledging those feelings with empathy. Active listening is a fantastic skill. It's really, really important, and it can be used in all relationships, not just with your children. Okay, the second of these crucial skills for encouraging cooperation is effective talking. I'm going to run through a little example when you have friends over for a meal. Okay, so you've invited your friends over, they come to the front door, you open up the door and the first thing you say to them is, "So have you wiped your feet?" They come in and you're getting ready to serve up the dinner and you say, "Quick, quick, go and wash your hands." Then you've put the dinner on the table and you remind them, now there's no dessert if you don't eat everything on your plate. And when they're leaving, you say to them, "Where are your manners? Don't forget to say goodbye to everybody." Is that how you'd talk to your friends? No, of course not. No, but sadly, that's how a lot of parents talk to their children. They're issuing commands and directions and instructions all the time. So we need to be talking to our children with as much respect as we show for our friends. Oops, I think I've skipped one. So the benefits of talking in this respectful way to your children are that you can let them know what's going on for you. You can share your feelings and needs. A little example there is the pregnant mum who's getting a bit tired. She's got that mid-afternoon slump. So she says to her 4-year-old, "I'm feeling a bit tired, sweetie. I'm just going to lie on the couch here and have a rest while you play." So the child understands that mum needs a few minutes of quiet. Another benefit of this effective talking skill is that you can explain what you'd like your child to do and why. Okay, let's talk about bath time. Dad's run the bath, and so it's time for Mia to get in the bath. So he says, "Okay, Mia, bath's ready. Oh, hurry up, pack up your toys." How cooperative would Mia be, do you think? Or he could say a few minutes earlier, "Mia, I'm running your bath, so it's time to pack up your toys. Do you want to put the books back on the bookcase, or would you like to pick up the dolls first?" Sounds a whole lot more kind and considerate. And giving children choice is great because they feel empowered by that choice. Another benefit of effective talking is to say how their behaviour affects you. Children are very egocentric. That's not a criticism, that is just how they are. It's all about them. So sometimes we have to teach them what the effects of their behaviour are on other people. So, a little lunchtime scenario. Jack's been doing puzzles on the kitchen table, and it's lunchtime. And Mum says, "Oh, Jack, look at the mess you've made on the kitchen table." Possibly very little response. Or she could say, "Jack, when you have all your puzzles on the kitchen table and you don't put them away, I can't serve up the lunch and I'm getting really hungry." So they need to understand how their behaviour is affecting you. And of course, by effective talking, you're role modelling effective communication. I hear lots of parents say to me, "I'm sick of the kids yelling at me." And I wonder whether mum or dad is yelling at those children. Children copy us, don't they? They copy what we say, they copy what we do. So if we're going to have them copy us, let's be good role models. So the way you talk to your children can help or hinder their level of cooperation. There's a principle of participation which states that when someone is involved in setting rules, he's more likely to abide by them. So that brings me to the third crucial skill for getting cooperation from your children, which is effective problem solving. So, a simple example. Let's start with something easy and not a big problem. "Dad, what are we doing at the weekend?" And Dad could reply with, "Well, I've got to go to Bunnings and get some paint because I want to paint the family room, and I want to go for a run, and we've got friends coming over for dinner, and yep, that's about it." So where in that are the child's needs or feelings considered? Children are more likely to cooperate if a parent has listened to them. They'll feel heard. If their ideas have been considered, they'll feel valued. If their feelings and needs are respected, they feel that they matter in this family. So when you're making decisions about your family, remember you are a family team. Everybody on that team matters and everybody can have a say. Of course, the level of input will vary depending on the age of the child, but even young children can have great ideas. They just need to be asked. So children are more likely to cooperate if they feel they're part of that family team. And if you want to have a happy weekend where everybody's needs are met, then making decisions about what you do at the weekend in a collaborative way will give you a greater chance of having happy children and happy parents. Children are more likely to cooperate if they have taken part in solving problems, if they've taken part in setting family guidelines, the rules, or deciding on activities. And if they understand the effect on the family of not cooperating. Again, saying how their behaviour affects you will help them to understand what is acceptable behaviour and what is not. So children are more likely to cooperate if they've had a say in making the decision. So, putting that all together, to get cooperation, to get others on board, you need to know what works for them, their needs and feelings, and their expectations. You also want to let others know what works for you, your needs and feelings and expectations. And then together you can work it out. So effective listening, talking and problem solving are vital skills for you to learn. And they're actually part of the Parent Effectiveness Training program that the instructors at Parent Training teach parents. Okay, so we've got a couple of minutes for some questions. So if you'd like to ask me something, now's your opportunity. Yes? Yes, yep. Okay, so the question is, what happens if you do all of what I've suggested and you still get no from your child? And yeah, look, it's frustrating and it can happen. Even the parents with the best parenting skills will still get a no occasionally from a child. So what I suggest you do is to think about the situation, particularly if it's something that's happening repeatedly, if it's, every day this same thing comes up. Think about that situation from your child's perspective. What could be stopping your child from cooperating? What is it about your request, the way you're asking it, the time that you're asking it, or the child that might be stopping your child cooperating? So, for instance, if you were going shopping with your child and you're saying, we need to be quite quick, I'm just picking up a few things and so we need to be back home quickly. And the child says, no, I want to play on the merry-go-round or some playground in the shopping centre. Maybe the child's hungry, maybe the child's tired, maybe the child is sick of traipsing around after mum in the shopping centre. So thinking about the situation from your child's perspective will help you to understand what's going on for him or her, and then you might be able to rephrase the request. Anything else? Okay, looks like time's up. So, some questions to take away. Oops. If you would like to know more, come and see me, or you can pop over to the Parent Training stall. We've got information over there for you. Thank you for listening.